So, John, we're pushing a half hour now. So I kind of want to wind up the podcast.
Sure.
So I'm going to have you sum up your transplant went okay.
Yeah.
And then what I would like you to ask is, or tell is, how this makes you talk to other people about alcohol. So how has that changed how you talk to people about alcohol? Do you tell people to abstain from alcohol, not drink at all? Or how has that changed your relationship with other people when it comes to talking to them about alcohol?
In my practice, I deal with alcohol as an issue a lot. I've come to learn, I tell them my story. And everyone I tell, I say, you don't want to go through what I did. You don't want to do that. I mean, Shawn, last Friday, I'm still paying for the medical consequences. I had a seizure. I can barely lift my shoulder because it's almost broken. The medical consequences are not worth it. You will lose everything. And you will say, it's not going to happen to me. Yes, it will. I encourage people, I've come to learn, though, they will stop when they want to.
Yeah, right.
The life without it, it's interesting. I wrote a book during the time, and I'll do a little.
Yeah, what's the name of the book?
A Jersey Kind of Love.
All right.
And half this book I wrote drunk out of my mind. And the other half I wrote sober as a judge. And the interesting thing about it is I challenge you to find the part where I switched. But it's a book of three kids you can't help but like their relationships and their views on their parents' relationships. And it was basically of being alone. It was my thing to do, to fight and combat the loneliness. So, again, I encourage people alcohol does not give you a warning. I will tell you, 6 months before I was given 2 months to live, I got a blood test taken, and I was like, I'm sure it's going to show. I'm sure it is. And the doctor said nothing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't give you notice. When your liver says that's it, it's it. So I would say don't drink. Don't. It's not worth it.
So if people want to get a hold of you, John, I've got your LinkedIn here. Is there a better way than LinkedIn to get a hold of you?
You can, LinkedIn's great. You can also, my website, lifebridgecoaching.com. Phone numbers 410-419-8149. I answer it all the time. And my model, again, in terms of my practice, I don't do the hour thing. So it works. But I really appreciate this time. I hope it helps someone.
Well, I appreciate you sharing your story. It's a very powerful story. And we talk on this podcast all the time how alcohol is a poison. And I mean, you use a perfect example. I mean, it killed your liver and many other things in your body. So I'm glad you're here to share this story, and hopefully it can help inspire others. So you've definitely helped realize our goal at Health Solutions, which is to educate and empower people to take charge of their own health, and they have to make that decision.
Yeah. Yes, they do. They do. And it's a good decision.